Well, good morning. I know you guys can't feel this on the camera, but the boat's really rocking and rolling this morning. Oh man, like it is going really a lot. For whatever reason, and this isn't common, is the winds have come around from the south. So the open part of the bay facing to the south is where the wind and the waves are driving in. It's really rough in here right now. And I'm anchored in a mooring field, so I'm on 120 feet of chain and everyone else is on a tight mooring ball, which means I'm going to move a lot more than they do. I had put a sentinel anchor on when I got here to hopefully reduce my swing radius, but I better check and make sure I'm not about to smash into the neighbors. Oh crap, this isn't really something that you want to see. This is that little French boat that was way beside me. They're now directly behind me and my sentinel anchor could drag me into them. I'm on a much longer swing than they are. Fuck, look at that boat in the back just rocking. Look at that thing. We're all facing south directly out to sea and the waves are piling in. This is no longer a protected anchorage, it's a dangerous anchorage. My anchor is actually over there to the side. I'm anchored there, and my anchor comes up to there, and then on my sentinel anchor I'm hanging, which is why it's dangerous for me. Where's... You know, and there you have it, like, that's cruising life. I went to sleep last night in a lovely, calm, and happy anchorage. I wake up this morning, and I'm in a bad anchorage, in a dangerous kind of holding. I don't know what to do, because I'm alone, so I'm alone. Hopefully my engine would work, but I don't think I could even lift my anchors if I wanted to by myself in the strong winds. Yeah. I could not lift my anchors and leave if I wanted to right now, and if I do drag into the guy behind me, there won't be anything more I can do to prevent it. This is not a good... Okay, good morning. I put clothes on because I may have to run up on deck and save my boat in a hurry. We are suddenly having a shitty morning here. There's another rain front moving through. I am only 20 feet from kind of dragging into and ramming the guy on the mooring ball behind me, that little French boat, and he's on a mooring ball, so he's not going to move. I'm dragging my sentinel anchor. It is really rolly here this morning, like even the catamaran beside me, like the big Texas cat that was behind me is now sort of forward of me. Even he's kind of heaving around. I put clothes on. I'm not sure if I'm going to run up and take the tarp off over the front hatch, so that way if I have to quickly switch to motor I can, but I'm alone, so there's no way I could motor and lift or move my anchors, so that's not going to happen. There's not a lot that I could do by myself to save myself if this situation gets worse, or if I drag into that French boat behind me who's really close. Like, this is one of those times you pray your sentinel anchor has enough scope and a good enough bottom to dig into. I am really close to them. Even if the wind bears off and I aim to be beside them, it would be better. But man, cruising is not always sunshine and fun. Grenada rains a lot. Like in Antigua, I had so much sunshine, my batteries were always fully charged. Grenada rains at this time of year almost 50% of the time it's raining. It rains every day and it's gray and cloudy 50% of the time. just because we're so close to South America. I really need to not drag into the little boat behind me though. This is not a good start to a good day. Like, south winds, like, I need the winds to not be south, and they are south. South was the only place that would be really bad for me, and that's what we got overnight. I know I talk about this all the time in my books, my blogs, and my videos, but the weather forecasts are wrong, and they're wrong a lot. So we're going to have a look. I'm going to log into my computer once I can get it online, and I'm going to show you what the forecast says the current conditions are, and then you can compare that against what I've just shown you is the reality of the current conditions. Okay, forgive me for this because everything's moving, but this place here where it says Lanzo Pines, that's where I am currently. This is Prickly Bay. On this weather map, like, north is up, east is there. You can see the wind is coming out of the southeast. I'm right here in this bay. I'm anchored right there, and it says that the wind is coming out of the southeast. But I just showed you on the compass, we're facing out to sea, and the wind is coming from the southwest. They're wrong by 90 degrees. Oh, jeez. Well, it's a few hours later, and the good news is those storms and stuff have passed, and the wind is now moved from coming at us from the southwest, which was very bad. It has moved around more to the southeast, which is sort of better, but what that does is you can see that puts like the boat sideways to the roll in the anchorage, so we're taking the roll on the beam. It means the boat's moving around more, but the good news is I'm not in danger of dragging into that little boat which was behind me and is now beside me, so I'm much relieved that I'm not at risk of colliding with another boat, so that's good, right? Well, the problem with anchoring in a very crowded mooring field is that if the wind shifts and picks up and a storm comes and you all change and face a different direction, your sentinel anchor can move. So I think I showed you this morning, we had a southwest wind which really kind of fucked things up, and it dragged my sentinel anchor now too close to the French neighbors. It's hard when you're at anchor around a bunch of moored boats because you can't hold position, and it's deep water here. It's like 26 feet deep. So I'm going to have to go lift my sentinel anchor and then try to get the boat sort of swung over more on the main anchor and reset the sentinel anchor. But of course, I'm alone, so I don't have any help. And this is not going to go nicely, but do what you gotta do, I guess, right? So my sentinel anchor is dragged way too close to the French neighbors. So I'm gonna try to lift it up, retrieve it, reposition the boat, and reset the sentinel anchor by myself. Let's see how this goes. In the old YouTube videos, I would have made a lot more effort to try to film the entire process for you and walk you through it step by step. With the new format, that's a lot of editing and a giant waste of my time, so I filmed what I could, and you can just have faith in me that, like magic, I pulled it off. So I've increased the distance between me and the French neighbors by lifting the sentinel anchor and letting the boat align itself with the main anchor. It's brought me back behind Island Pursuit, in front of the cat, and a little closer to my friend Carl over here. And let's hope we don't get any more west wind.